Hi everyone, it's Tides Changing here, and welcome to part 9 of Let's Renovate Oakenstead. In this part, we're of course going to continue on with the furnishing of this whole downstairs area, and hopefully by the end of this part it'll be just about done. But the most common feedback I got on what was done in the last part was that this living room really needs a lot more color, which I do agree with because I was looking at it after I finished up and I just realized how neutral this place was and realized that I really need to fix that. So I've come up with a few ways to make it look a little bit better. Then some of you also had some really good ideas as well. So first of all, I'm going to get rid of these curtains because they're white and they're kind of similar to the color of the walls, and replace them with the movie hangout curtains because they do come in a red color. And red was actually the most commonly suggested color to use since it is a warm color and this house has a lot of cold colors in it so far. So I'll try to stick quite a bit of red into this room, starting with these red curtains, which should make the place look a lot better. It's kind of tricky though to get them over. Yep, it's gonna take me a little bit to get these right. I just got all the new curtains in place, and hopefully this looks a lot better. It does add a nice splash of color into this room already. The only thing that bugs me about them is that they don't go quite to the ground, but I still do like how they look. And these curtains do have a red, but it's just not as nice a red, so I'd rather stick with these. And I'll figure out what to do with these curtains once I move on to the kitchen area. But getting back over here, Tori suggested that I change the couches back to a white color and then use a darker rug, so that way there's not too much white in here. Because that was why I did originally change these couches, because we had the white rug, but then it is a good idea to make the rug darker rather than the couches. So, actually, no, not... Instead of getting rid of that one, we could just go with this red color, so again, adding more color into this room. I think that probably would be a good thing to go with. And Tori also said something about changing the color of this chair. So I'm actually going to get rid of it and then use this one instead. But I feel like going with red for this chair wouldn't be a good idea because it's right up against these red curtains. So I know this is blue, and I was saying I didn't want to use too much blue because it's a cold color. But I feel like with these red curtains, this blue looks really good. So what I can do is mainly red with a few blues added in. That might look fine. That might not look too cold since we'll have a lot of red to balance it out. And I could also go with this color for this plan, because again, the red against the red, just too much red, so that doesn't really work. Oh, maybe I should also brighten this up. Yeah, we can make that red as well. Why not? Or maybe we could just go with, no, I like the red for that. We'll go with that. And then also Veronica, Tori, and Raven said that they like the big TV more. So I'll try putting that back in now that we've got everything else in this room, because it might look a little bit better now. Oh yeah, that looks better in here now that there's everything else. Although we do have to move this or get rid of it because it's a little bit too high up. Then now I don't know what to put here. Well, there's a few other of these smaller things, like we have this one, so I guess we could go with that. Probably don't want to put too much up on the mantle just because we had this huge TV above it, so I think that just the two little paintings above here are fine. Okay, whatever, we'll leave it like that. What else is there? Oh, also Montissa, Katie's, and Bree suggested adding a chess table in right here, which is a really good idea because this area did really need something, but I wasn't sure what to put in there. Yeah, this one's the best one I feel to go with. We do have this one, but then I feel like it's too fancy, and then I don't really like the wood colors that come with it. And I know that not all the wood colors have to match, but I just feel like, I don't know, I don't really like how that looks in here. So we're just gonna get rid of that and go with this one instead in this color, and then let's also get some chairs in front of that, or not surfaces, comfort. Probably would be good to use something other than these. Like, we probably don't use the same ones. We have these in a plainer color. So that maybe could work, although not so sure about the wood color. And then I think if we go with any of these busier ones, it's just going to be way too busy. This one might work. Let's see. Huh, that actually looks pretty decent. Another good plain wood one that we could use is this one. Which, I think I like this one more. It's a little bit more charming. No, no, I don't like that one. Yeah, we'll just stick with those chairs over there. I also want to lighten up the bookshelf over here a little bit. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And for the rug under here, I was thinking we could use this one because I feel like with the blues and the reds, this one just goes really nicely. Yeah, I like how that looks. Something else I wanted to try in here is replacing this gray wallpaper with more of a beige one. Because now that we have everything in here, we've got some reds in here, this might... Yeah, I think that actually looks better. And we do have a few other, like we have this one, but that, don't really like that. No, don't like that. Nope. So I think it's between, what was it, this and this. I'm gonna go with that. Yeah, it's still kind of grayish, but I think it looks better than what was there before. Although this is bright, but then, yeah, I like the look of that. And I guess, so we had this paneling on this wall over here before, but I think I'm gonna actually just leave that, leave it as this. Yeah, I think it might look a little bit better. We could also, just so there's more going on over here, add in some lights just to brighten things up a little bit, since this room could use a little bit more light. So now that that's all done, let's get a look at this room again. And that's going to be about all that I do in this room for now. So now I'm going to move over to the kitchen area. And rather than leaving this all open, what I wanted to try doing is something that I've done in other houses where I use the spandrels that came with Get Together to form sort of an archway, because I find that these work really well for that. So we can just have that up top, and then well, we could use these columns. But I guess we could go with yeah, because the one I usually like to use for this one is, yeah, this one right here. But I think I'm gonna go with something a little bit more decorative looking for this house. And then we can just put the walls in next to that. And then get the paint on, and that will be good. So now we have a really nice tall archway going to the kitchen. So it closes it off some, but then it still does look pretty open. Oh, maybe we could have one of those hutches in this corner diagonal. Where are those? Those are miscellaneous. Yeah, I think that could look. So we have this one, but probably should go with something a little bit. I'll just plop that. Or ooh, we have this thing. Maybe. That doesn't look too bad in there. So we could do that instead of having a hutch. Or another option is another plant, but I feel like I should use something other than plants because that's just my go-to for when... Oh, there's this one. I didn't realize there was a hutch that came with Get Together. Ooh, actually, let's see how that looks instead of this, because... Yeah, I actually like that more. Let's see what other... So we have this color, which does look pretty nice. Don't want to go with any grays. The original color isn't that bad either. And then we have this one if we want to go something a little bit lighter, but I think I'll stick with this one. I feel like that one looked the best. Alright, let's get rid of this stuff that we're not going to use anymore, and I want to try maybe putting some other kind of plant up here on this table. I have too many plants, but I don't know, I just feel like that might be a good addition. Perhaps this one? Actually, let's stick this thing in the middle and then have that on the side. I think it looks pretty nice. But I do feel like this wall needs something else, but then I'm not sure. But then again, maybe it doesn't need something else because that might make it too crowded. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just going to move on to the whole kitchen area right now. Since this kitchen area is so massive, what I was thinking we could do is have sort of a breakfast nook area right here in this corner, like just a 4-seater table. But to do that, we will need to move this door over, so I'll just we'll just move that over one, and I think that'll give us enough space. Yeah, it might be a teensy bit cramped, but I think it'll work. As far as the rest of the kitchen goes, we can do something sort of like what they had before, where I believe they just had counters and appliances running along this wall, and then they had a center island, or an island in here. Yeah, I think that'll work pretty well. That should fill up the kitchen nicely, so I'm just going to get started on placing everything. And something I could tell is going to be really frustrating is these windows, because I like to center things like the sink under windows, but then when you have these 2 tile wide shuttered windows, that becomes very difficult. But I don't want to change it to just single tile wide windows, that just won't look as nice. And oh right, this is the medium wall height, so everything in the kitchen is gonna just seem really tiny. Alright. Well, let's get... I want to go with the nicest cabinets and counters and all of that for here. Although that doesn't. We'll snap it. I'll let them snap to about here. Okay, now let's try... That does not fit in just as I had hoped it would. Yeah, this is gonna be kind of annoying to figure out. Okay, well, I'll just get the counters and all that in for a start, and then I'll figure that out. Yeah, so we just go with wood and then a nice white countertop for in here. And I'll worry about the walls and everything like that a little bit later. And let's go a little further over. Okay, so we can stop the counters and all that about here. I think it'll look better once I get stuff on, but I want to make these windows a little bit bigger so that they actually come down to where the counter is. So those are going to be too big. I think we might have... Oh, here. This is in between the two. Okay, yeah. I'll just... I think that's about... Oh no, that's a little bit higher than this one is. Okay, so we'll just line up with that. I think these should look a little bit better in here. Let's see. Okay, yeah, that's so much better. I mean, or what I could have done... What I could have done is just what I could do is keep these and then just lower them down, because I don't know, but then it's gonna be, it doesn't really matter if it's a lot lower than these windows. I mean, they're a different height to begin with anyway. I think, yeah, we wanna hold down Alt and move it. So let me just make sure they are about as low as they can go here. Yeah, I think that still looks... yeah, I guess that still looks fine from outside. I mean, whatever. That's... I just don't like having the windows that high up above the countertops. Okay, so I did say I wanted to have a sink in front of a window, so I'm gonna move... Okay, so we can just actually have the countertops end here, but then... I do want to have switched to a different kind of wallpaper after where the counters end. So I was thinking we could have some kind of column too. Like, I don't want to have... The problem with that is you're gonna have one kind of wallpaper extend half a tile past the counter. Hopefully I'm making sense, but I mean, I don't want to have whatever, because I'll think about using a tile type wallpaper behind the counters, and then that's not going to look good around the kitchen, so I want to have something else. We'll have to do that. Oh! That actually doesn't look too bad. We'll just do that. I mean, yeah, the drawers a little bit closer together, the handles a little bit closer together, but whatever. It's not as bad as it is with other countertops. Okay. Let's... Or, okay, instead of doing that whole having a column to separate the different kinds of wallpapers thing, we could just take, just put in the tallest kind of cabinet. Yeah, that works. I think that should be fine. Although I don't really want to have it. We'll just, so I'm trying to figure out what exactly I want to do here. Okay, I'll just throw that column in. Hopefully that'll look fine, but we can still keep this at the end here. I think that does look pretty nice. Okay, let's get the sink in, just so that spot's claimed. We'll just go with kind of more of a stainless steel kind of a sink rather than... Because I have a tendency to go for black sinks, but... Nah, not gonna do that. And then as far as the stove goes, I'm just gonna have that be in the center island. I feel like that'd probably be the best spot for it. That way I can also use that really nice range hood that came with Cool Kitchen stuff, which I have not gotten to use yet. And I'm very disappointed by the fact that I haven't been able to use it yet. Well, we'll go with the Cool Kitchen stuff fridge. And I wanted to revisit this again, because I feel like we should have that, but then if I do this, I'm gonna have the cabinets and everything snapped up into an annoying place. Like, I'm gonna have to hold down Alt to put them in instead of just letting them snap. Actually, let's just let that go up here. We can have this up here. Oops. And I think that since it didn't look too bad, yeah, it didn't look too bad overlapping with these, so it does look fine doing that with those. But then, that doesn't... So, what No, that doesn't work either. Okay. Hmm. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. Okay, yeah, but this whole counter thing is just annoying me. Okay, so something else, something else I want to try here is just going with sort of a built-in look and having the fridge kind of just set into these. Okay, yeah, that looks a little bit better. Okay, so we're gonna have to, I think that, yeah, this one's the right height, so we'll have to move this one up a little bit. And then we could just, instead of having the cabinets snap up to that height, we could just let them snap to this level, but then the only problem is you'd have nothing above where the windows are. Well, we could just have have a row of the smaller ones up above here, but then I feel like this whole cabinet thing is getting to be more complicated than it really needs to be. So what I'll do is I'll not have anything above the windows. We'll just leave it like this, so I'm not stacking a bunch of cabinets like up above here and all of that stuff. So for now I'll just do this, and then maybe I'll go back to trying to mess with that later. Because it's getting more complicated than it really needs to be. Okay, can we fit an end piece on? Oh, this is what I was trying to grab earlier. Alright, it was a little tricky, but I finally got that to work, so let's get back to this. So we're gonna have to put in another one of these right here, just to fill that in, if it'll even, I had it, there we go. Nice. So I was thinking to fill in the space above here, we could try putting in a shelf. That's a close enough. It's not quite the same color, but how's that? That looks fine. I wish it was a little bit more of. Yeah, we don't really have a brown that quite matches that. Although we do have this one that's actually even worse. Okay, yeah, I think that's gonna be about the best that we can find. Yeah, that doesn't have anything. But I was thinking it might look kind of cool to just have a shelf above the windows just to fill in some of that space and make it look like there's something there. Yeah, I think that's a nice touch, and we can put some stuff on top of it, so it makes that area look a little bit more filled in. Oh right, we have this to deal with. Yeah, definitely want to. Okay. How does that look? You've got some overlapping, but I mean, if you don't look too closely at it, it's fine. And then we just have this counter go in here, just like that. But then you got the backsplash coming through. This is one of the most annoying kitchens to make ever. Usually kitchens are so much more easy to figure out than this. Okay, so we got that. I think that's good enough. Also, I want to have a couple of lights in here. So we'll just have another one over, maybe more over towards where our little breakfast nook's gonna be. Alright, I think we need some curtains above, curtains on these windows. I think these will actually, oh wait, no, yeah, these are the shorter ones, right? No. Yes, these are the shorter ones. They do go into the, they do go into the counter a little bit, but maybe that's fine. There are some other curtains I could try, but I don't really like that. Although that actually does not look bad. Do we have that in more of what kinds of? Oh, well, we could try that green out. Yeah, okay. I actually like that curtain a little bit more, so we could throw some green in here. Yeah, I actually like how this kitchen's coming along. Let's also add some little decorations up above here, like maybe some small plants or something like that. I don't know if that really should I even have any. I don't know if I should even have any. Oh no, that actually looks kind of nice. I do want to avoid using a ton of stuff that I have to move up there, just because it might end up getting deleted, but I don't know, I may just do that anyway. Okay, so we'll add that. Well, we can have it, yeah, let's have it a little bit more over here. And go with a blue. We could add in a few smaller books up there. Yeah, we'll do that. I don't know, like their cookbooks or something like that that were stuck up there. And I think I'm gonna leave that as it, because again, I don't want to put stuff that doesn't really snap and then have the issues with things disappearing and all of that, because that gets quite annoying. Okay, that's the only color for that. Let's also get some soap up here. Okay, I want to place that a little bit differently than where it snaps to. So I think about... yeah, right there's perfect. So we'll go with that. I just realized that I said I didn't want to play stuff like this so that I wouldn't get deleted, and then here I am doing that. Ugh, I realize I have a tendency to say I don't want to do something, and then I just end up doing it anyway. Oh wow. Was there a paper towel item? Yes, there it is. Let's go with that. Okay, I think that's fine. What other colors do we have for you? Let's throw in a blue. Let's go with that. Okay, what else works well? We haven't put the stove in yet, but that'll go there when that's in. We can also add... oh, we also have to get the... you know, actually, before we even do anything else, I should put in the whole counter island thing, just so we know where that's gonna go. Okay, how many tiles wide is this kitchen? So this kitchen is an odd number. Alright, so it's 7 tiles wide, so let's center it in here. We can have the stove right here. I think that'll look good. And we can do the whole fancy rounded corners thing. Yeah, that'll look good. And then let's get that stove in, get this thing above it. I'm so excited to actually be able to use this because I have not had a house yet that uses it. And I think this will look... actually, no, I don't know about that one. Could use the cool kitchen stuff one. Actually, how would it look if we just made... all of this more of the, like, made the fridge more of the stainless steel kind of a look. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay. Yeah, it's really starting to come together in here. I'm pretty happy with how it's looking. Okay, so back to figuring out where to put everything. Oh, we should definitely have a dishwasher, but the only thing is we did weird stuff with the cabinet, with the... we'll just pop it there. Yeah, that works. Actually, let's make this black. And in this area right here, we can just throw in a microwave. We'll just stick that. We'll go with that color for it. And I'm just gonna go with, I guess I'll just go with a regular, not fancy coffee pot. Yeah, we'll just have that. Well, actually, there's a nicer one, right? It's not the get together one. Yeah, let's put that one in. Okay, so we'll just have that there. We also have room for the popcorn maker and the ice cream maker. So we can just throw those in. Maybe I should be going with a different... yeah, we can go with a different color just so it's not... yeah, I like the orange, so we'll go with that. And I just realized that I believe this thing is actually kind of like a ceiling light. So it just looks kind of weird to have that in there, but I will be... oh, that's so dark now. Actually, let's put that back in and just center it more over here. Just put it right there, and then I'll add some wall lights to make this area look a little bit brighter. Okay, so I think next we can just add in a few more knickknacks into this kitchen. Oh, we got a spice rack. Let's throw that in right here. There's the one that came with cool kitchen stuff, but the stove isn't near a wall, so don't really want to... oh, okay, so we'll just leave that in that color. I don't know if it comes with any more anyway. Okay, here's the other utensil thing. So we'll just plop that there. Also, I'm just gonna filter for cool kitchen stuff because there's just a bunch of things in that what I think would look really cool in this kitchen. So we'll throw in one of these little drying racks right here. I guess we can keep it the wood color rather than going with a brighter one. That might make a little bit more sense in this kitchen, maybe. Because I don't see the people who own this place as being super duper into having crazy bright colors everywhere. Like maybe a few things here and there, but I don't see them wanting that all over the place. And then we also had these, which we can just stick here. Where? Let's have that here. I'll go with that. Actually, let's see if there were any other colors for this. It might not be too bright. So I think this actually looks pretty good in here. It's something other than the wood, but it's not too busy. But I feel like looking at this, I feel like we've got too many appliances in here, so maybe I'll just knock out the ice cream maker. Yeah. I don't know. There's... I mean, having those things in there are nice, but I just feel like it's too much. Oh, there was that one coffee mug decoration. Okay, here it is. Yeah, so I'm just gonna move the counters away so I can actually place it how I want. I think that looks fine. So moving on, I don't believe you really need too much else in this kitchen. Although instead of having those over where they were before, let's just move them so they're right next to the microwave. And I actually want to switch out this coffee pot because I don't quite like something about how that looks, so I'm just gonna go for the simpler one. Okay, well I think that's enough stuff in the kitchen, so I want to actually work on picking out a wallpaper for in here. So I want to go with a tile, and there was the one tile that was diagonal. Where was it? It was this one, but the full wall version of it. Okay, yeah, here it is. Let's try out not that one. We can go with that one. We'll turn off the move objects cheat though. Oh great, that still deletes stuff. Okay, I guess that looks a little bit better. Not so sure, but the only thing is this is why I don't like the taller wall heights, because I don't know, it's just I mean, it's fine. I'm probably just being a little bit too nitpicky about it. Maybe a brown would actually look a little bit better in here. Okay, let's see how that looks. Yeah, I guess that's fine. I just wish I could have it so the tile only comes up to about here and not all the way up the wall. Because I don't completely like that. And now that... yeah, I'm not really liking that curtain color anymore. So we could go with a red. Or maybe this one. I actually like that color a little bit more. I'm not going to do too much more with the kitchen in this part. I'll figure out something else to do with this wallpaper next time because I'm just sort of stuck on it. But before moving on to the eating area, I did want to get some rugs in front of the sink and the stove really quickly. So we'll just pick out some smaller ones. Let's go with this one because we get some nice colors for it. Like an orange, which I think would go nicely with some of the other things that are in this room. Or maybe not now that we have a... yeah, let's just... I don't know about orange in here now. So... I'm just gonna go with that green. And, do I have... no, I'm just not gonna have a rug in front of there, because that might be too many rugs near each other. So I'll just move that in a little bit closer. Oh, also, I should probably change the flooring. So I did want to try one of the stone floorings that came with Get Together in here. So we do have this one, which... actually, no, that doesn't really work that well. I don't know, I kind of like the wood flowing through everything, but then I probably should do something different. But... I don't know, that does look pretty bad. That's something else I'm sort of stuck on here, so, you know, rather than wasting a ton of time trying to figure out something, I'm just gonna move on from it. Okay, so let's figure out what kind of color we want to use for the rest of the kitchen. How would a red look? I'm actually wondering how using a red in here would look. Okay, let's try this out. That might actually... whoops. Yeah, that might actually not look that bad, since we do have some other reds in here. Yeah, I like it. I like it. Adds a nice bit of color to this room. Okay, I think I'll go with that, and then like I said, I'll just figure out something else for these walls later. Alright, now for the breakfast nook area over here. So I was thinking we could do a mix of traditional and modern a little bit in here. So use a more traditional table like this one, but then use the bubble chairs that I love so much with it. Or maybe... okay, maybe not the bubble chairs. Yeah, that didn't look quite as good as it did in my head. So, well, I mean, we could always, for that mix of casual and traditional and modern, we could always try these chairs out. Not in the green though. I think there was a blue. Yeah, let's go with the blue. So we're kind of continuing the same color scheme that was out there. I think it looks pretty good. I like it. So we'll just, I'm happy with this color, so we'll just stick with that. Oh right, I still had that sheet off. Okay, so we'll get that back on. We'll just wedge this in the corner like so. Yeah, I like that. We also had that wall decoration that came with cool kitchen stuff that I would love to use back here. Where was that? Yes, yes. Let's put this right behind it. I think that looks pretty good in there. Let's go with the different color than the pink one. So we can go with the blue shelf. I don't know what the blue shelf. We could go with something more neutral like this one. That actually doesn't look bad. Oh, I like this. Let's go with that. And then we could add a little, I think there's just a little flower vase we could put in the center. Like maybe that one that was just of a single rose. I also wanted to get some other kind of wall decoration or painting up here. I know it'd be red on red, but how will this look? I actually like that in a way. Yeah, let's stick with it. Yeah, it's something I haven't really, I mean, we could have, just in this corner, have a little bit more of a modern styling, so I think that'll work. We could also throw in something else over here, like one of the cool kitchen posters. I think that would look quite nice. I actually like how that one looks in there. But maybe there's one that would look a little bit better. Yeah, let's stick with that one, and then I think in this corner it would look good to just have a plant. So I'll just go with this one, and I'll leave these curtains. I think they look fine. They look pretty nice with the white walls. Or the white, not white walls, the red walls. Let's go with the brown for this, so it isn't quite as close a color to the curtains. And also, something I should definitely remember to do before ending this is adding in the bar stools here. So let's see if we have any colors in this one that'll look decent. Okay, there we go. Now it's snapping. So we do have the blue. We want to continue with what we had going on in here. That's actually not a bad look. Although maybe I want to go with a bar stool that's not quite so, it's a little bit more modern than that one. So no, I don't really like that. Oh, that does not look bad. Let's see how this looks. So we can only fit in 3 of them, but I think that looks pretty nice actually. Do we have, so we do have the original blue color comes in, which also isn't bad looking either, but I kind of like the red more. I don't think we really need anything in this space. I mean, I don't know what I would even stick in here anyway. It's probably better to just leave that empty. But I think I'm gonna have that be all I do in this part. I'll revisit the whole flooring and wallpaper situation next time, because it definitely could be improved on. But yeah, let me know what you thought of what was done in this part. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and bye!